you know, in the beginning of the first week or two, maybe the first maybe 3 days, you know, Pat had there were a lot of different things going on with him. And you know, we're making a movie, we're telling a story, and you know, those modulations are key because he's the one that's going to take you through the story and you're going to meet these other characters. And it was just finding the right balance. And that was all just through exploration. It was a very organic, real-time research for the character. It was actually lived in. It was happening, we were learning as we were doing it, which I think is, as an actor, heaven. Because you're not doing it just with your brain, you're doing it with your body and your voice and your breath. And that's what I meant about him being a teacher. You know, he was the teacher in that aspect. Because also the thing about David is he's right there with you, which is so key to making a film. To not have your director in Video Village, but he's there in the trenches, literally sweating because we're running around and he doesn't want to get in the shot. It's very exciting and you feel very safe. I mean, all of us, I can say, we're very out of our comfort zone every day in a beautiful way, the way you want to be as an actor, because you want to be real and you want to be out of your head. And that's because you had this man there with you saying, it's going to be okay, trust me, just come on. And there was, you know.
Jennifer, you want to weigh in on that at all?
I didn't really do any research on I didn't really feel like it was kind of her. She was just kind of like this onion. There's just so many different, like, weird, bizarre layers to her, so many dimensions that continue to evolve. You know, I felt like I read the script and I loved her, and then working with David, she just kind of slowly started evolving into this thing. But it was about finding, like, this girl and finding this kind of place where she. I just felt like it was mostly like it would be so depressing. Like because most of the time, if the rest of the world doesn't accept you, you don't really accept yourself. And I just imagine it would be so hard to have the rest of the world not accept you, and you think you're fine. And you don't know why they don't. I just think that would be such a depressing thing. And so it was just kind of developing her, not really so much about her, a mental illness.
Question, Dan? Oh, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, I learned a lot about mental illness, and I love to do stuff that I'm learning because that gets me excited about it. So I was so excited about the movie, and it was a great script. Great directors, great actors, but the big thing I was learning when I was doing it, and you know, I'm a better person after this film.
Chris, when your character is off balance, but you're there as a big comic relief, how do you play that, you know, without sort of crossing that line? You just sort of go for the humor in it, or how do you play it?
Once again, David O. Russell, because once I go too far, David like, don't do that. Do this, you know. So that's the privilege of working with a great director. And you know, a lot I didn't know. And comedy is a lot when you don't know. You say something and people say, "What? What did he just say?" So it was right up my alley, the part.